G'day drifters, DoriJunkie here, back with another DoriJunkie's car review, and this time it's the Falcon RZ. It's a tier 3 car, it's the Mazda RX-7 in real life. Wouldn't be a proper drift game without it, so let's see how it stacks up on my rating system. We'll be rating him on customization, ease of tuning and performance for a grand total overall. So we'll see how we go. First up is customization. Body kits are worth 1 and body styles are worth 2. Get into it straight away. This is how you get the RX-7 unless you buy it in the pack that's available at the moment. It comes plain Jane just like this. Classic 90s RX-7 shape. One of the best shapes that come out of Japan, a lot of people say. I have to agree, it's pretty far up there. First off is the missile kit. Really aggressive, track focused body kit. Lots of holes cut everywhere for aero, big rear wing, big rear diffuser. Next up, CBW, the classic RX-7 style kit, more like we're used to seeing on the street. The track, very subtle, enhances the lines of the RX-7. Very deep front bar. Next up is the street kit. It's very track focused, big over fenders, big rear diffuser, big rear wing, very low to the ground, big vents in the bonnet. Next up is the R&T, very Rocket Bunny-esque body kit, subtle over fenders, subtle rear wing, diffuser on it, very smooth looking body kit. Next up, the D-Master. No introduction with this one. We all know what this car body kit's from. It's the Veilside kit from Fast and the Furious. It's got to be here. I'd have to say this is more of a body style than a kit because it changes so dramatically. So I'm classing that as a body style. Next up's the Shark Nose. This is also classed as a body style. The RX-3 front end on it. Some over fenders, big high rear wing, diffuser. Some nice alloys to finish it off, and of course you got the air filters sticking out the bonnet. ProFlow goes down very GT 500 S-style body kit, designed in the wind tunnel by the looks of it. Very aero focused, massive rear spoiler with a couple of wings on top of it as well. So that's all of them. So I'll show you, like always, I had a couple setups for mine. I made a tune video and this is how it looked when I made my tune video. Got the R&T, the Rocket Bunny-esque style kit. Base yellow steel, the black over fenders, black roof, the black highlights on the bonnet. Black bonnet with the yellow highlights, sorry. But I was happy with that for a while, but then I decided to change it with the RX-3 with the Shark Nose body kit and just go all out on a custom livery, multicolored. Add some details, the chrome around the toe rings. Nice set of wheels just to finish it off. Coloured nicely to suit the car. So yeah, that's how it's running at the moment. But tally up, customization, like I said, the D-Master and the Shark Nose, and class them as body styles. And with all the other body kits, which you expect an RX-7 to have, it comes with a total of 9. So it's rated quite high in customization. Of course, you'd probably expect it to, being an RX-7. It's been a while, a lot of aftermarket body kits available for it. I'm just glad they've put them all in the game. Next up, ease of tuning. And this is how easy it is to drift drift free with not touching at all, and how many modifications I do have to make it drift comfortably around the track. So we'll see these are the settings you get when it's just pro drift free. 609 horsepower, 648 newton meters of torque, 1150 kilos, and a 0 to 60 with 3.6 with the slicks fitted. So go and have a look. So like I said, this is exactly how you get the car untouched. I'm going to give it a quick run just to see just how it is straight off the bat. We'll give it a run. First, second and third are pretty much non-existent. Fourth's a little long, but once you get the revs up there, it really does drift quite well actually. Pro drift free, fourth gear. Like I said, it's a little bit long fourth. We'll shorten that, but you have to change the gears on every car in the game, so that's why I don't class it as modification, because every car has to be changed with the gears. It's suspension modifications and adjustments that I class in the ease of tuning, not the gearing and the engine. So you usually always have to touch those on every car. This car drifts quite well. This is pro drift free. I haven't touched anything at all. Just put a set of slicks on it and it goes all right. So let's see what we can do with the gearing here. I'm gonna just work the gearing. I'm not gonna touch anything else to see if I can get this to drift comfortably around this track. Now, if you're wondering what I keep going back to the engine for, it's because I'm trying to find the sweet spot for the 0 to 60. It'll drop from 3.5 to 3.2, as you can see. I found it. Now I can just set all the others off that and we'll see how we go. I feel it's going to be a lot better. Already can feel the difference. Third's actually useful now. And we go in the fourth and still, it's not long, it's in its sweet spot. Almost over rotated there, but was able to pull it back just by using the gears. You see, probably could use it maybe a touch less Ackerman angle, but I feel after you drive it for a while, you probably get used to it. Like I said, this car is pretty sweet off the bat. The RX-7's pretty hard to mess it up. Like I said, I do have slicks on it, but still, it's just one of the. It's a great car in real life, racing and anything basically. Of course, and it's going to translate well into the game. You can see I'm still, even with the tyres down below 30%, still not coming around. I just sort of had to ease it out there. I still was able to control it, but so I've got to say, maybe with just a touch little less Ackerman angle. But apart from that, all I've done was the transmission. The engine is pretty good, like the rotaries. Does well in high RPMs, you got to keep it revving. Like I said, the Ackerman angle set to 70, so you can probably put it down to 60, 65 and be sweet. Like I said, this is exactly how I got it, so ease of tuning, no suspension or wheel modifications needed at all, just gears. So I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So your little tweaks in your suspension and stuff will just make it better, like I did with the Dori Ultimate tune, which you're about to see. But for ease of tuning, 10 out of 10. It's a high score of this one. So we move on to performance. We're running the stock motor and all the swaps for a combination at the end of the stock motor, the best swap. Springstone 1, of course, 19k for 10 points, all the way down to 10k for the 1 point. Let's get into it. First up is the stock motor with the Dori Ultimate tune in it. As you can see, the settings have changed slightly from the Pro Drift Free tune. 617 horsepower, 648 newton meters of torque, 1150 kilos, that's still the same, but a 0 to 60 now, 3 seconds. So I played around with the settings for a while and got that down to a pretty fast time. So we'll just see how this goes. $16,100. It's pretty good. It's not bad for a standard motor tune, especially for a tier 3 car. You got to remember this is only a tier 3 car and it's punching well above its weight, I reckon. So we'll move on. So first up is the 2 litre swap. We've got 811 horsepower, 728 newton meters of torque, 1120 kilos, but a 0 to 60 time of 3.1. Now you might be thinking, why is it slower than the standard motor? This tune can be made a lot faster, but it just didn't slide as well or make the points. I feel this is the way to have it. So we'll see. So there we go, over 19,000 points. That's a 10-point run right there in the 2 litre. Like I said, I feel this is the way to slide this car. Moving on to the 3 litre swap. We've got 811 horsepower, 915 newton meters of torque, 1200 kilos this time for a 3.2 0 to 60. So a little bit heavier, and just slowed it down a little bit, but we'll just see how this one carries. 19,000 points, could have easily been that. Still classed as a 10-point run. So the 3 litre and the 2 litre both scoring 10-point runs in my opinion. This is quite the car. So we'll move on to the 7 litre swap. It's got 838 horsepower, 1000 newton meters of torque, 1160 kilos of weight, and a 3.1 0 to 60. So that's pretty good specs for this car. Like I said, these tunes can be made a lot faster, but they just don't slide as well and make the points as they do in this state. I feel anyway. So here we go. 19,160 points there. That's another 10-point score. All the swaps for this car are awesome though. Any of them will compete. Any one of these engines could have been the top scorer here if it just wasn't for another wall kiss or anything like that. So sum it up, performance, the stock motor 16,197 and the 7 litre ended up being the better of the swaps. But like I said, any one of those motors could quite easily have taken it just with another bonus here or there. But the 7 litre got it here. So we'll take them one. So we'll take away the 2 litre and the 3 litre, put down the 7 for the stock motor and a 10 for the 7 litre. Like I said, that could have easily been the 2 litre or the 3 litre. Just worked out it'd be the 7 litre. Just a kiss the wall bonus on either of those other engines and it would have been here. But we'll put them together. So performance gets a total of 17. That has to be second to third in the performance total out of all the cars I've done so far. So we'll sum it up. We'll move on to the results. Customization, ease of tuning, performance. Customization was 9, ease of tuning 10, performance was 17, for a total of 36. We have a new overall leader, the Falcon RZ. Pips the RS, Spectre RS, by 1 point. It's really not surprising that they both score really high. They both do well in real world drifting and events, so no surprise there. So we'll move on. I'll show you the leaderboard. So we got 5th in the points leaderboard, DP leaderboard, which is not bad at all. Down on the Phoenix and the Mirror. And like I said, on the overall leaderboard, 36 points. It takes the win, just above the Spectre. Oh well. Oh well guys, that's been another DoriJunkie's car review. Hope you liked it. I'm DoriJunkie. I'll catch you on the track.